Salut, Mana Ulysse. Comment ça va bien? Ah, le chat. Ça y est, il commence. Il commence, le chat. Oui, Miu. Eh, Miu Miu, qu'est-ce que tu veux? Va-t'en. Rory est là. Nana, je sais pas ce qu'elle fait. Elle doit être dans la chambre. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Non, Rory, non, touche pas à ça. Non, on dirait qu'il nous coûte depuis l'arrivée de Rory. Bah, disons qu'il prend toute la place, donc il prend les meilleures places, forcément. Je suis en train de jouer avec les rideaux. Faut voir l'état des rideaux. Bon, ça va, c'était un vieux truc, mais quand même. Il est en train de prévoir une connerie là, ça y est, c'est fait. Bon, et si on s'y mettait un petit peu là? Oups. Hey, coucou. Il me semble qu'on avait récupéré pas mal de quêtes l'autre fois. Non. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on avait à faire? Il y a un truc à faire ici. Il y a un truc à faire ici. Qui du coup va nous permettre d'ouvrir cette zone-là. Ah, coucou Nana. Oh punaise, j'ai les deux chats sur les genoux. Ça va être pratique ça. Alors effectivement, il y a plein de choses à faire. Là, on avait tout fait, mais il y a des gens malades. Fatigue ici. Lui, on peut pas lui parler, donc pour l'instant, c'est mort. Elle, qu'est-ce qu'elle a maintenant? Tellement mal de tête. Et mal de tête. Après, j'allais y faire un tour. Mais d'abord, je vais faire tous les... Retrouver les fossoyeurs. Pourquoi pas? J'étais en train de suivre ça, en fait. Partir... Ouais, alors je vais peut-être faire ce qui est déjà dans la zone. Le fossoyeur est pas loin. Non, le fossoyeur est où? Le fossoyeur est là-bas. Ah, c'est pas du tout au même endroit. On pourrait passer le pont, mais je sais pas s'il n'y a pas des gardiens. Ou éventuellement sauter d'un truc à l'autre là. Je sais pas si on peut. Il y a les fossoyeurs donc ici. Qu'est-ce qu'on a d'autre? Ici, choisir que faire à propos de la campagne d'Icabod. Mettez 5 affiches dans les rues des docks, brûlez toutes les affiches. Ah, ou on les colle ou on les brûle. Trouver les voleurs de Giselle Paxton. Localiser les sites où a lieu l'attaque de la bombe. Retrouver le colis perdu. Je regarde par rapport à la carte où est-ce que ça se trouve. C'est dans cette zone là, ça fait 2 trucs déjà dans cette zone. Là c'est de l'autre côté. On va peut-être faire ça. On va faire ça. Ensuite on va faire les 2 qui sont là. Bon. Donc il se cache dans les égouts, c'est ailleurs. Ah, il y a un truc ici. On va peut-être le faire ça. Peut-être le faire maintenant. Rory, et voilà, Rory, arrête. Ça c'est des ennemis. Ah merde. Je suis en train de taper dans le mur là. Rory, non. Eh non. Bon, alors 30 secondes. Je lance cette chasse, c'est une idée. J'ai déplacé le carton dans la chambre et son espèce de truc à boule là aussi qui fait du bruit. Comme ça, on devrait moins l'entendre. Je vais peut-être fermer la porte, tiens. Hop là, voilà. Bon, on reprend. On était où? On faisait quoi? On faisait ça. Et où est-ce qu'il faut que j'aille? Par là, par là. Je peux toujours pas voir la caméra, donc tout va bien. On s'est déjà parlé.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Oui.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
No.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
This is no place for you, sir.
Informing London's inhabitants of the presence of vampires. What does that make me? A double or a triple agent?
Ah. C'est pas ce que je voulais faire. Bon, bah tant pis. C'est ouvert ici, je suis pas encore allée. Non. Je les aime pas, ceux-là. Enfin, surtout lui, là, le gros. Ah, mais non, mais... Et l'autre, il s'est barré en courant ou... J'en ai bien l'impression. Moi, tu sais quoi, j'ai commencé, je finis. Après tout. Ah, mais il est là. Ah bah. Ok, il y a des bêtes par là. Ils sont occupés visiblement. Et moi, il faut que j'aille. 27, par là. J'utilisais mon truc pour rien, c'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. Oui, bah oui. Après tout, hein. Comme je peux pas l'enlever.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned.
Je crois qu'il s'appelait.
I should investigate further.
Non, c'était pas sur les jeux. Ah si, c'est bon.
Shit, that leech is...
Ah, c'est bon.
Giselle's stolen money. Everyone has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Ça va au niveau du son? Il n'y a rien d'autre par ici, par ça. D'accord. Donc après, moi j'ai des trucs de ce côté-là. Est-ce que je peux dans le côté de ça? Il m'a l'air d'avoir pas mal de bruit là. Ou c'est en dessous? Ça m'a l'air d'être en dessous. Oh, attends. Comment il s'est retourné là sans raison? Non, c'est lui. Mais ramasse les trucs, non? Ça va. Là, y a rien. J'y étais là avant d'arriver dans la zone, ouais, c'est ça. Donc tant que je suis là, faudrait que je retourne ici. Bah non, je vais lui rendre son argent. Je suis pas comme ça. Ce que je voulais faire c'était ça. Retrouver les fossoyeurs. Qui sont censés être ici. Mais pour aller ici, je pense pas pouvoir sauter d'un bateau à l'autre. Donc il va falloir que je passe par là. Je peux essayer mais je suis pas sûr que ça marche. Non. Je ne peux pas. C'est bête. On a le truc de téléportation mais il y a des trucs sur lesquels on peut pas se téléporter. C'est quand même ballot. Donc à la place. Non, toujours pas. On va faire... ça, comme ça. Et l'autre truc était quelque part de l'autre côté là. Ouais, c'est bon, j'ai tranquille. Est-ce qu'il faut que je repasse par ça? traverse ça? Pas vraiment. Et tu es qui toi? Bonjour.
Good evening, Mr. Fishman.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishman.
Bon, donc on le connaît. Je sais pas de où, mais on le connaît. J'ai fait un tour pour rien, c'est pas grave. Si, là, je m'en souviens, là. Et moi, j'ai besoin de traverser. Comment on traverse? Faudrait que je passe là? Comment on y monte? Alors, bonne question. Comment on monte? Ça a l'air d'être une voie de chemin de fer ou je ne sais quoi. Mais... Force ton asthme, mon petit, hein. Alors, comment c'est-il qu'on grimpe? Oh là là, j'ai plus beaucoup de vie. Oh, j'ai plus beaucoup de vie. Oups. Pourquoi tu tires? Oh punaise. Bon, soigne-toi. Et B. Bon, ça ne m'aide pas à grimper sur le truc là. Salut Vampyr. Il sait pas grimper les... Ah, ouais, non, je vais pas m'approcher de lui. Comment est-ce qu'on fait? Il doit bien y avoir un moyen. Bonjour monsieur, tu sais pas comment on monte là-haut? J'aurais pas fait un tour pour rien quand même. Alors peut-être qu'on peut pas passer par là-haut, donc on va pouvoir passer par là. Non? Je suis un petit peu perdu là. Comment on fait pour traverser? À moins qu'il y ait des souterrains. Ça clairement on peut pas marcher là-dessus. Et là, peut-être qu'on peut... Non. Hmm. Ah. Ok. Ah mais c'est pas là où on est passé au tout début du jeu? Petit rat, là.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Alors, il y a du monde ici. Il y a du monde ici. Alors...
Sir, no civilians allowed. This one!
Ah, pareil, tiens.
Die, vermin! Watch it! It's a killer!
Et là, on peut grimper sur celui-là. Bon. Pourquoi? Mais oui, c'est clairement... l'endroit du début. Donc on va retrouver le charnier, on va peut-être retrouver notre sœur. Enfin, son cadavre.
It's locked.
Il faut un endroit où se poser. Ça c'est à moi. Ça c'est à moi. Je sais pas ce qu'il y a dedans. Est-ce que je peux améliorer des choses? Non, je peux pas. Beyond Two Souls, des trop bien comme humain. Un avis. Alors, D3 a peut-être plus de rejouabilité que Beyond Two Souls, parce que Beyond Two Souls, au final, ça te conduit toujours dans la même direction, quoi que tu fasses. T'as juste à la fin un choix, tu peux choisir, enfin, une petite fin différente, mais c'est pas énorme non plus. Mais il y a le côté... Ah, coucou Tom, D3 est un super jeu multi. Non, il y a plus de rejouabilité sur D3. Après, Beyond est pas mal non plus, hein, mais voilà, c'est pas... Je sens bien, c'est vraiment un film narratif plutôt que... Où est-ce que je dois aller? Où c'était ce que je dois aller? Je suis en plein dans le truc. À mon avis, ce serait de ce côté-là, hein, les bombardements. Ça m'a l'air bien... Plutôt vers le... On a dit quoi? Sud-ouest? Ouest? Ah, c'est vrai, j'ai pas la capacité de leur tomber dessus et de les tuer.
There's one of them! Watch yourselves! Spicy! He's dead!
Donc, on a dit sud-ouest, ouest-ouest, sud-ouest. Salut monsieur.
Easy does it! Watch it! It's a killer!
Tu testais quoi? Oui, j'étais en train de le dire, c'est quoi ça? Est-ce que je débloque un raccourci ou... Un bouquet de fleurs? Ah, pour mettre sur la tombe de ma sœur. Allez, on parie combien? Ah bah non, c'est que notre sœur, on l'a
Yes.
enterrée.
The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects. May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
Un truc fantastique que je t'ai fait découvrir. Twitch a bien lancé le live automatiquement. Ah bon? Eh ben je sais pas ce que c'est. Ah bah tu peux me laisser réfléchir, je suis en train de jouer, je te dirais, je réfléchis pas trop. Hein. Ah mais c'est la première maison où on a été, il y avait quelqu'un par terre là, et puis il y avait plus personne, et on a essayé de se suicider à l'étage. Et puis ça a pas marché. Et puis on a le reflet inversé. Ah, on a fait un tour complet. T'as des trucs à dire là ou pas? Non. Trouver Sean Hampton, parler à Dyson, attaque à la bombe. Alors ça c'est fait, mais il y avait une autre chose à faire dans le coin. Les fossoyeurs? Non, les fossoyeurs sont pas là, les fossoyeurs sont... Si, les fossoyeurs sont là. Donc il faut que je traverse. C'est à manger? Genre on dit j'en prends juste un et puis t'as la main dans le paquet et puis tu le lâches plus jusqu'à l'avoir fini? Ah! J'ai vu Lotus et j'ai compris.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary.
C'est des feuilles de papier toilette qui sont plus grandes, une demi-fois plus grandes que les papiers toilettes normaux. Ils sont beaucoup plus épais, et soi-disant que t'as juste besoin d'un seul pour t'essuyer le popotin. Mais au final, je te dirais... le ratio nombre de feuilles par rouleau comparé à l'épaisseur, je suis pas sûr que ça vaille vraiment le coup. Ouais, bah, c'était ta séance d'Animal Crossing, quoi, en fait. Est-ce qu'on peut ouvrir ça? Non. Et donc c'est là où on s'est fait plus ou moins transformer. Je vais pas descendre. Salut les gars, à propos de votre dernier message sur votre mission de dépouillage de cadavres à Southwark, ouais. Je ne le répéterai pas, occupez-vous-en tout de suite. Estimez-vous heureux que je rapporte pas vos chouineries à Edwina. Elle pourrait bien venir vous couper les bijoux de famille elle-même. On m'a également signalé vos plaisanteries à propos de ce que j'ai vu sur le quai. Alors comme ça, maintenant je suis qu'un taré qui a peur de son ombre ou bien un fou qui tremble comme une vieille femme devant des histoires de fantômes. Bien, ça me fait plaisir de vous amuser autant, vous pouvez être sûr que je viendrai pisser sur vos cadavres encore en fumant. Après que la saloperie de monstre que j'ai vue ait fini de vous sucer la cervelle. Profitez bien des nuits prochaines, les gars, j'ai entendu dire qu'elle serait pluvieuse et embrumée. Bousse. Bouffe. Donc on a appris des choses.
This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
Oh bah non, on va l'avertir de la mort, hein. Après tout, qu'est-ce que ça coûte? Est-ce qu'il y a autre chose à faire dans le coin? Son colis perdu, il est perdu dans les docks ici. Ah non, il est ici. Ah! Faut que j'y retourne, d'accord. Question, est-ce qu'il y a autre chose dans le coin? On me voit plus en stream sur Discord, c'est bizarre parce que j'ai rien changé normalement. Alors il faut que je retourne là-dedans.
This is despicable.
Alors je suis dans le coin, mais ça serait plutôt sur ma gauche. Retrouver le collet perdu. Et est censé l'avoir perdu où? C'est ce cadeau. Ouais, ouais. Mais plus de précision, ça aurait été bien.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Bonjour, je peux rentrer?
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Please don't stay too long, sir.
Alors, est-ce qu'il y a un collier quelque part? Tu aurais volé, madame. Oui, c'est ça, pas toute seule.
Best grow eyes in the back of that head, sir.
It's locked, all right.
Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts. So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter, and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of the homeless?
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is. But if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself. It's
Please
locked.
don't stay too long, sir.
Bon, j'ai rencontré la mère de Seymour et je suis en train de chercher un collier. J'avais prévu de lui donner. Est-ce que je peux lui reparler à lui? C'est Rufus, donc c'est le fils adoptif.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Je suis toujours dans la zone? Ouais.
For now, everything seems under control. More or less.
Là, je suis sortie, donc ça va pas. Et là, je suis en train de m'éloigner. Ouais.
You again. What do you want?
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know?
I know you believe monsters are real, Booth.
They are. I know, I saw one, but no one believes me.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a few years ago. Clay Cox was still the boss then. He'd sent me to the shipyard to find out who was stealing tools and ropes at night.
Go on.
First, I thought it was an old lady with a limp. It looked frail and crooked. Then I saw it grab a bloody beam and lift it like it was a stick. I shouted. It looked straight at me.
Do you know what it was?
It was all eyes and long teeth, but I couldn't see its face. I shot at it when it moved towards me and I hit it. And then it jumped and vanished in the shadows.
You could have imagined all that. These docks can be so gloomy at night. With the fog and the wind and the boats creaking.
No, Doctor. That night I saw the fucking sewer dog for real. It's not a beast like the stories say. It's the ghost of an old woman. Bullets can't stop it. But no one believes me.
Are your friends mocking you?
Even Edwina told me once to never speak about it, but I know what I saw. And it wasn't human. Not human at all.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Non, pas Edwina, attends, je suis là.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot boys thank you for your help.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I'm not that easily shocked, Miss Cox. You can speak freely about your lover if you so wish.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something, then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Ok, donc ça c'est fait aussi. Je cherche toujours.
Foolish girl and her pretty principles. Got no idea.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Oh, you're that doctor.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly, so joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago,
What kind of...
it was a...
You lost people.
I've lost everything.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened. Just as you asked.
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well... Thank you, Doctor.
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day. Stupid bastard, why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
You made a mistake. A terrible mistake. Maybe an unforgivable one. But that does not mean that you are a monster.
I swear I did not want to kill anyone. I did not hide in the shadow to kill on purpose. That's my only defense.
Oh, j'ai perdu un indice, mais ça va.
I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No. I don't want to remember it.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson and Dawson ammunitions factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
The victims. They were not the target then.
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist, and I believe that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Ok. Donc ça c'est fait. Donc c'est de l'autre côté, très bien. On retrouve le collier. Je sais vraiment pas où il est.
It's a good thing you can't
Times like
see me
these, a
now.
good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Epidemic, no one
They
dares
didn't
go
deserve
outside.
this.
You should have talked to me.
Good evening, sir. I'm amazed you made it back to the docks alone. Good for you.
Well, I could say the same about you, young man. More to the point, who the hell are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
And I am Archer Woodbead. Please excuse my assertiveness. I often forget I'm just an old
Coucou
prude.
Nana. Ah, here.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
People used to feel safe around here. They had the gangs protecting them. Now all they do is bicker and plot against one another.
Missing the good old days, are you not?
Trust me, son. The longer you live, the less meaning your existence will have. You need to remember the days you still had beliefs.
And what about the gangs?
Back in my day, people trusted the Wet Boot Boys. We looked out for the docks and its families. Nowadays, they're just a bunch of greedy fuckers.
You were a gang member.
I was their leader for a time, believe it or not. Now these bastards act like I'm nothing. Not one of them. They owe me some damn respect.
If you were such a respected figure, surely you have many interesting stories about this part of town.
You bet I do, but make no mistake. I'm no rat, sir. Some secrets are best left buried.
Who would you trust around here?
The owner of the Turquoise Turtle's a decent fella. Tom's his name. Sean Hampton's all right too. Don't particularly share his religious views. He's quite devout if you catch my meaning.
Do you still know anyone? From the old days, I mean.
Most of them are dead. I still give Miss Gillingham salutations. She doesn't remember me. She did once like me. Boy, she was a beauty back then.
Any remarkable new faces around here?
Nobody. Well, there's that boy Rufus the Curse. I like him, despite the reputation he's made since his parents died. Poor little bastard.
I'm sure a district as colorful as the docks must have plenty of stories about strange visitors and creepy characters.
So, you want me to talk about the sewer dog, don't you?
If you don't mind.
The sewer dog is a bitch. Appropriately named, an old woman dressed in rags. She has an elegance, though, despite her ugliness. I saw her once. Scared the life out of me.
Ça va être le prochain boss, ça. Je le sens mal.
Have you always been so bitter?
It's not bitterness, it's poorly masked disgust. When everything turns to shit, we all have to eat a spoon or two.
As a practitioner, I believe science will provide a new standard of welfare. It's just a matter of time.
I'd like to believe you, Doctor. But recently all science has been good for is mustard gas and machine guns.
But what about social progress? What about women getting the right to vote? Things can change for the better.
I've never voted, not once. And my wife, God rest her soul, she was too busy taking care of the kids to vote.
Je parle pas de lui, je parle de... du chien des égouts, je sais pas quoi, là.
Tell me everything you know about the Guard of Priwen.
Andrew never told me what they do. I do know they're vigilantes with military training. Access to some impressive firepower.
And what is your personal opinion about the Guard, then?
This
Oh,
Guard of Priwen
qu'est-ce qu'il y a,
is
le
just
chat?
another gang preying on the young and naive. Preying on people like my boy. I know how it works. I invented it.
Comme il se grattait, tu sais, il a son bobo au cou. Il a eu droit à un joli petit tour de cou spécialement à sa taille. Le chat.
Tell me about the wet boot boys,
Il y a
Archer.
les poils qui
I
commencent à
want to know
repousser,
more.
mais il y a
We were
quelques
there
croûtes
for the
encore qui restent.
families and each other. It was us against the world. We were vicious, tough, even cruel. But we were united.
You
Ah, du coup,
sound
je passe
like you
par la
were some
manette.
kind of radical union member.
Yes, nowadays the communists and gangs squabble over pointless territory. Sounds stupid when you say it out loud.
Why did your son really join the Guard of Priwen?
If I believed in a higher power, I'd see this as punishment for my own sins. I deserve it for all the young men I
Un bandana
enlisted
de
back in the
gangster,
day.
presque.
You don't believe in God, though, do you, Mr. Woodbead? So why did he join?
Now I think about it, Andrew joined the Guard, not to defy me, but to follow in my footsteps, to make me proud.
So your son has left you nothing to explain his actions? No letter or message?
Not even a note. I'm a proud man, Dr. Reed. But I would kneel and pray if I thought it would give me my Andrew back.
Goodbye, sir.
Bon, j'ai toujours pas trouvé le collier, hein. On blablate, mais...
What have you done? You should have talked to me.
Je vais avoir fait tout le tour du quartier. L'un d'entre vous pour regarder vite fait, on est censé trouver ce collier là. Collier perdu pour Seymour Fishburne. Parce que j'ai pas passé non plus tout le live à courir à droite à gauche pour chercher. Non, c'est certainement pas là, je suis sorti de la zone. Parce que là, j'ai plus ou moins fait le tour, hein. C'est la vieille, ça?
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed.
pouvais pas entrer chez elle.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days.
It's
c'est-
locked, all right.
And every dawn another death.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah,
Tiens, dis-moi où t'as perdu ton collier. Nulle part.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Descendez sur les berges juste à côté de l'endroit où se trouve Fishburne. Oh, putain. Marquerez une grande flaque de sang sous le panton. Donc, il faut que j'aille par là. Ouais, je suis passé 50 fois à côté. Il y en a une autre de l'autre côté là. Marc. Et comment j'y passe là? Comment je fais pour y aller? Casser les caisses, on peut casser les caisses.
This is a slaughterhouse. It's locked.
De la part de Seymour à ma chère mère Stella.
From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard.
Qu'est-ce que j'ai trouvé? Fatigué. Non, j'avais oublié qu'on pouvait casser les caisses. Alors, qu'est-ce que je fais? Mais Seymour, c'est bien lui qui veut donner le collier à sa mère, donc de toute façon. Bon, je vais le donner directement à elle, parce que l'autre, je sais pas où il est.
I suspect they would rather not be disturbed for now.
Ah, bonjour. Bah tiens, justement.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
yeah.
Ah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
As a man of science, I'd like to try to understand why you killed those people.
Why does there need to be a reason? They were just there. It happened. That's all.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I understand your mother's situation. Obtaining justice at the price of betraying her own flesh. It's quite a dilemma.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Bon, bah ça c'est fait aussi. On va parler à la vieille, juste vite fait.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. Please don't stay too
Pourquoi est-ce qu'il y a un temps de chargement pour entrer dans cette maison alors qu'il n'y en a pas besoin pour d'autres?
It's locked, all right.
What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child. And he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than fact.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate. his rage. How he feels when he's done it.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
I understand your pain, but you cannot mother him forever.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Bon, d'accord. Là, c'est tous les endroits où on peut mettre les trucs. Bon, on va le faire. Je vais peut-être traverser là, tout simplement. Euh...
I have this thirst for blood.
Oui, c'est vrai. Oh. Je vais mourir. Voilà. Je suis décidément pas prête pour celui-là. Hein. Et là, c'est fermé. Chiant.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
J'aimerais bien quand même réussir à la battre cette bestiole. 22. Je suis en 16. C'est peut-être pour ça. C'est peut-être pour ça.
Steady, boys.
Non, 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 non. Oh. Bah écoutez, voilà.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Du coup, on devrait avoir la paix maintenant. Je doute qu'ils réapparaissent. Allez, ça c'est expédié. Non, je suis pas du tout au bon endroit. Très bien. Donc ici, en gros, ça sert à rien d'y aller. Oui. Easy peasy, exactement. Je peux pas faire tomber ça, voir non. Donc ça serait là, mais ça c'est fermé. Enfin, je l'ouvre de l'autre côté en fait. où est-ce que je suis là? Ouh là là. Donc il y aurait quelque chose par là. Ah. Mais plutôt en bas. Chasseur de vampires, imposteur à éviter. Certains de nos éclaireurs nous ont récemment signalé la présence d'un certain Ichabod Throgmorton sur les docks de l'East End. Vous le verrez probablement patrouiller la zone de nuit, prétendant être spécialiste de l'extermination des vampires. Cet homme est un parfait imposteur. Ce n'est pas un escroc car il ne demande aucune compensation pour son travail. Mais il n'a manifestement aucune idée de ce qu'il fait ou raconte. Si jamais il vous propose de collaborer ou de chasser ensemble, refusez, laissez-le partir. Dans un combat contre un suceur de sang, le pauvre homme ne pourrait servir à rien d'autre qu'à faire l'appât.
Best be moving on.
Ah, je peux pas.
Lord, give us strength. Shit! I shall fear no evil.
Aïe! Ok. Toi tu meurs, voilà. Donc là j'ai déjà mis ici. Ensuite... ça c'est fait. Joe Biden est reconnu comme ayant remporté. Ah bah... Écoute... Tu vois qu'ils vont recompter les votes en disant oui, oui, non c'est pas juste, attendez, il y a un truc quelque part.
Look lively! It's on fire! Lord, give us strength. Have faith, brothers. Go on back to the shadows. I'll send you back in a fucking grave! Kill it, boy! Here's all you deserve! Get short, lads!
Là je peux pas le faire. Ça y est. Non, c'est pas ça que je veux faire. Ah, j'ai pas le bon truc. Oui, ça fait mal. Mais tape-le! Ouais, moi aussi je peux le faire. Combat de vieillard. J'avoue que Joe Biden, il est pas... Il est pas dans sa prime jeunesse, hein. Mais bon. Est-ce que ça vaut pas mieux pour eux que...
Done.
que Moumout?
Mr. Throgmorton should be happy.
Est-ce que je suis... Ah, je suis là. Donc là, maintenant, je peux l'ouvrir. Donc comme ça, si j'ai besoin, j'aurai plus besoin de faire tout le tour. Donc ça, c'est fait. Rendre compte avec Cabod. Je suis à côté, donc je peux le faire. Alors, où est-ce qu'il se balade?
So much noise. A
Oui,
vampire kills in utter silence.
Ça donnera peut-être un petit peu de répit. Avant qu'un autre torturé du bocal prenne la relève. Elle boit. Pourquoi tu bois? Je cherche. C'est pas toi, si?
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
I put up your public service announcement. Consider the common folk warned about the vampiric presence.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You may not realize it, but you saved a great many lives today.
Do you really think they could be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Sean Hampton's shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
Il dit qu'il a gagné de beaucoup, mais je suis pas sûr. Il me semblait que c'était quand même au coude à coude un petit peu. Il ferait tard pas appeler Giscard. Hein? Il tiendrait une semaine.
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
You have courage, Mr. Throgmorton. Perhaps that is all one requires to face the demons.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You'll see. One day I'll find and kill one of these monstrosities with my own two hands.
Ah, c'était... C'est l'autre qui disait que qu'il avait gagné une élection. D'accord. Ah, mais il est pas bien. Non, mais il a pas au casque. Quand même.
And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Donc, tout ça c'est fait, très bien. Trouver Sean Hampton, on va le faire. Et il y aura un autre truc à faire ici, mais vu qu'on est là, on va s'en occuper. Quelle heure il est? Oui. Ah, rapporter l'argent à Gisèle. Elle est où, elle? Gisèle, donc c'est la madame avec un chapeau, c'était celle qui buvait, je crois. C'est l'heure de la rhubarbe. Et moi je cherche Giselle. Où est-ce qu'elle est passée? Ah, ben voilà.
You again? What do you want?
I've identified the men who stole from you. You were right. They were members of some self-proclaimed militia.
I knew it! Did you find the money too?
Yes, here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Badly. Well... Thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades, then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Bien.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the Sad Saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the Wet Boot Boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Goodbye, Miss
I know I promised you I'd make everything right, Mum, but it's not been that simple.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain?
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I surrender myself to your judgment.
D'accord. Qui veut noyer son chien? Il met une tape derrière la tête. Qui veut noyer son chien prépare son bain.
It's locked.
La bombe a explosé à l'aube devant l'usine de munitions de Dawson et Dawson, le plus grand employeur du quartier. La détonation a fait exploser toutes les vitres des usines au nord de Southwark. C'est un miracle de ne déplorer que 2 victimes dans cette attaque, a attesté le commissaire divisionnaire. Bon. Ok, qu'il y a des trucs à faire ici, mais il y avait un truc à faire ici aussi. On va essayer de voir ça avant de voir ça. J'ai un petit peu d'expérience, est-ce que je pourrais pas éventuellement... améliorer 2-3 trucs. Augmente la santé. Oui. En vrai, plus de santé serait pas mal. Mais ça aussi c'est bien. Bon, je vais prendre la santé pour l'instant. Ou pas. Encore plus de gens malades. Fatigue, fatigue. Mal de tête. Peut-être en faire d'autres. C'est con que je puisse pas recycler les autres. Alors, où est-ce que je vais? Où est-ce que je vais? Comment on y va là? Bah... explorer les égouts. Donc de toute façon, je suis obligée de passer par là.
them weapons ready. We found one.
Comment ils peuvent me trouver?
I order you to step back.
There's one of them! Watch yourselves! Snuff it, leech! The beast must die! Go! Lord, give us strength! Crawl back to the hell that spawned you! Remember your vows, friend! Lord, give us... Watch it!
Ça c'est fait. Je regarde dans la bonne direction. Donc la porte doit être là.
It's locked, all right. That doesn't work. So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
D'accord, et qu'est-ce que je veux moi? C'est le niveau de l'eau pour pouvoir passer, j'imagine.
That gate should shut properly now.
Beware. Ok. Pas aller dans l'eau. Bon, très bien. Ça veut dire qu'on a papier. Entrez à vos risques et périls. Je peux pas m'accroupir et passer dessous. Non.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Je vous aime.
I have this thirst for blood.
Pourquoi t'as sauté? Non. Ah. Oula, il est très grand lui.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon!
Ça lui a pas fait grand chose ça.
My neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn. I am Fergal Banshee.
Je sens qu'il va faire mal. Oh oui, il fait très mal.
Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds while singing your name.
C'est quoi ces trucs d'ombre là?
Foolish Ekon!
Je bois, à soif.
You found your death in me!
Tue-le! Corps à corps, c'est vraiment pas la bonne idée. Ah, je suis morte. Les entre les jambes. Aïe, hunger. Oh là là. Bon. des souris. Il me faudrait des petits rats là. Voilà.
I can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Forêt mérite bruit pas. Quelle heure il est? Non, non, c'est pas ce que je voulais faire. Alors.
Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon? Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds while singing your name! My neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn! To the pit, slow as a snail. My power you cannot come. I shall crush you.
Où est-ce qu'il est? Oh.
Your blood is now mine. I am Virgil Vampyr. Down, stay down. Return to your apothecary and needles. And thine shall be a fair skull to adorn my mantle.
J'espère que ça va l'achever. Eh ben... terrasser la bête. Et je peux rien prendre sur lui. Je suis déçu. Où est-ce qu'il se cache l'autre? Ouais, il y a un truc là, non? Là, c'est fermé. Et j'imagine que... on peut pas remonter là-haut. C'est trop simple.
At least one Skal escaped Fergal's wrath.
Je suis loin de l'autre? Ah oui, je suis pas du tout au bon endroit.
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Ah oui, d'accord. J'ai juste fait un petit détour.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst.
Et tué.
This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Skal.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So is it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Skal. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master. Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Oh oui, regarde. Pouf, je t'ai pris ton argent.
Keep your distance, Echo. How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time.
J'ai rien trouvé d'intéressant, donc... Oh. Oh mais le massue, c'est pas ce que j'utilise. C'est une arme à deux mains, c'est très lent.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us? Oh, Bridget allowed me to wander above some years back. It was unpleasant.
Ce n'est pas une coïncidence, les Écones sont les plus nombreux et les plus éminents des vampires. Les Écones représentent la véritable aristocratie des immortels. Si je peux me le permettre, ils sont les seuls à pouvoir rester au sommet de la chaîne alimentaire. Partout où je me suis rendu, je n'ai rencontré que des Écones qui dirigeaient la société mortelle et immortelle. Les Écones sont les plus humains, les plus intelligents et les plus instruits de tous les vampires. Comprenez-moi bien, je n'ai rien contre les espèces plus exotiques comme les Vulcodes, qui partagent avec nous ce dont qu'est l'immortalité. La plupart d'entre eux peuvent s'avérer utiles si on les oriente vers un but précis, mais il leur manque le plus important des caractéristiques, la capacité à se mêler aux mortels sans se faire repérer. Par conséquent, le club Ascalon n'accepte que les Écones issus des plus hautes lignées comme membres de son cercle. Selon les circonstances, des Vulcodes peuvent être acceptés en tant que chiens de guerre ou chiens de chasse, tant qu'ils obéissent à notre loi. Par chance, ses cousins inférieurs ont une tendance naturelle à se soumettre à obéir à leur maître.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
Your room, the blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness. Quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Est-ce qu'elle est en train de se changer en huile code là ou je sais pas quoi comme les autres? Le gros que j'ai battu ou...
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are Skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
Alors l'autre, il a pas l'air loin. Faut juste trouver comment l'atteindre. Ah bah le voilà. Il est juste là. Non mais c'est fou.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
C'est
I
que
could
j'ai
ask you
Covid.
the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Rodney, you're the man who killed that gang member, are you not? Is that why you are hiding in this godforsaken place?
Yes, I did. I did not even know his name.
Then why did you kill him?
That arsehole always mocked me for the color of my skin. Usually I let it go. But not that night. We fought. He died.
Unfortunately, I have met several murderers during my lifetime. You don't look like them. I can tell you're no cold-blooded killer.
You're right, sir. At first it was just a simple argument between us. But the man had a bad fall.
Believe me, Rodney, you won't survive here long. No matter what you did, you must go back to where you used to live.
I'll go back to the docks then. But if I die, remember that the blood of Rodney Grader will be on your hands.
It's locked.
Ah. Pas déverrouillé de l'autre côté. Me dit de suivre les flèches. Oui. Il n'y avait pas autre chose ici. Non. Ah, ces flèches-là. Ou pas? Ils ont leur petit bar et tout.
The vampire hunters will never find us here.
Bien sûr, je suis pire que le pourboire. J'ai pas de race. Même les morts, je les pille.
It's locked, all right.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his
C'était
believers.
sa cuisine hein, qu'on vient de voir.
Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
This shelter's the tip of the iceberg. You hide your game well, I'll give you that.
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And
Il est
he's
flippant, un
determined
petit
to
peu,
save
ouais.
us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skal now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same. In death, I mean.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Ah. Est-ce que je veux le transformer? Je veux pas le tuer parce que techniquement pour l'instant il a attaqué personne. Mais ça peut venir. Et là il va m'en vouloir. On lance un D20. Un dé de 20, ouais. Ah. Plouf plouf. Allez, on va tester ça.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Est-ce que j'ai fait une connerie? Peut-être. Parce que s'il se transforme en vampire, bon, il nous faudra plus que de la chair de mort pour se sentir bien. Tu penses que ça va mal finir? De nouveaux citoyens peuvent être tués, d'accord. Agneau sacrificiel. Qui, lui ou moi? Ce quartier subira bientôt, j'imagine, les conséquences de mes actes. Bah oui, bah tant pis. On verra bien. C'est du Picross. Pardonnez-moi, Seigneur, pour ce que je suis sur le point de confesser. Je souhaiterais quelquefois n'avoir jamais sauvé Dyson de l'année de la noyade quand il est tombé dans ce canal. Voilà, je l'ai dit. Je vous en prie, Seigneur, pardonnez-moi car je suis qu'un pauvre pêcheur. Dyson est sans doute le cas le plus frustrant que j'ai eu l'occasion de rencontrer depuis l'ouverture de mon refuge nocturne dans l'East End. Depuis des années, j'essaie de comprendre pourquoi cet homme m'irrite aussi souvent. Mais je crois en avoir enfin trouvé la raison. Dyson a arrêté de se battre pour de bon et pour toujours. J'ai rencontré tellement de buveurs invétérés tout au long de ma vie. Hommes et femmes, riches et pauvres, jeunes et vieux, j'ai été témoin de combats qu'ils ont menés contre leurs démons, leur passé, leurs sentiments de culpabilité et leurs échecs. Quelquefois, ils arrivent à mettre un nom sur leur détresse intérieure, quelquefois ils ne réussissent jamais à identifier la véritable cause de leur désespoir. Mais dans la plupart des cas, pour ces hommes et ces femmes, boire est devenu un moyen de continuer le combat. Et bien entendu, c'est une forme de lutte inutile et autodestructrice. Cette autodestruction a au moins le mérite de prouver que quelque chose les fait souffrir et qu'ils continuent de se battre contre ces douleurs qu'ils ressentent au plus profond de leur être. Même un alcoolique sévère tel que William Bishop continue à lutter contre son addiction et à demander son salut, à demander la lumière du Christ, et tant qu'il désire trouver cette lumière, il y a de la place pour l'espoir. Dyson de l'année n'a plus d'espoir, il ne boit pas pour atténuer sa douleur, non, je suis maintenant convaincu qu'il boit consciencieusement pour le plaisir sadique d'atténuer leur espoir, tout espoir. Je ne sais pas quel est le pire des péchés, arracher délibérément l'espoir de votre cœur ou se prélasser avec complaisance dans l'autodestruction. J'ai entendu des cris.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. 29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No, I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman's scream?
The ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Bon, ça sera pour la prochaine fois. Je vais plutôt aller par ici. Ah, j'ai peut-être le niveau maintenant. Pour le faire parler, lui. Et oui. Donc, je vais plutôt me reposer, faire passer la nuit et voir ce qui se passe dans le quartier. Ah, je suis en train de tourner le dos à mon truc. C'est par là. Cette poignée de qualité, je n'en trouve jamais. Ah, ça c'est bien. Si vous avez déjà vécu près des docks de l'East End, vous devez avoir connu Sean Patrick Hampton ou au moins avoir entendu parler de lui. Son nom commence à être connu dans la capitale entière et il apporte un message d'espoir bienvenu. Sean est l'un, le fondateur du refuge Hampton, un établissement qu'il a monté uniquement grâce à sa force et ses convictions. Le bâtiment qu'il abrite, c'est un entrepôt abandonné gracieusement offert par la famille Dawson, puis rénové pour devenir ce qui est désormais le refuge le plus connu de Londres. Les pauvres et les démunis sont tous les bienvenus sous son toit et il n'hésite pas à partager avec eux sa nourriture, sa gentillesse et ses prières. Sean Hampton a grandi dans la misère, mais les difficultés de la vie n'ont jamais ébranlé sa profonde confiance en Jésus-Christ. Au contraire, chaque épreuve qu'il a traversée semble avoir fait qu'augmenter son empathie pour les plus défavorisés. Son amour pour son prochain est connu partout dans les docks. Rares sont ceux qui n'ont pas vu Sean pleurer devant un invalide de guerre, un enfant orphelin ou une mère malade. C'est ainsi qu'il a gagné son nom de triste saint de l'East End. Sean Hampton est si respecté que les gens continuent à venir manger et dormir dans son refuge alors que lui-même semble avoir contracté une étrange maladie qui le contraint à dormir énormément et à manger loin de ses ouailles. Et oui, alors que dans certains quartiers de Londres, les gens changent de trottoir dès que quelqu'un tousse en public, les résidents des docks acceptent de manger et de dormir dans le refuge Hampton, lieu le plus sûr de l'East End. Le bâtiment a beau être sale et l'odeur qui en émane atroce, ce refuge déborde encore d'amour et d'espoir et le nombre de morts ces derniers jours, il reste constant et peu élevé. C'est plutôt une bonne chose, non? Il est en bonne santé. Votre choix concernant piller la communauté a été publié dans la presse. Et vos actes ont affecté l'économie du quartier. Le prix des produits des marchands ont peut-être changé. D'accord. Le quartier est sain. Il y a encore des gens malades. Là, il y en a plein de malades aussi. Là, ça baisse. Ah, je suis déçue de ne pas avoir pu la sauver, elle. J'ai fait un mauvais choix. Bon, donc, on va s'arrêter ici. Donc, rendez-vous à 21h. Ouais, il est temps de manger, je commence à avoir faim là. Donc, rendez-vous à 21h pour Windbound. Voilà. Et puis, je sais pas si j'en fais demain ou pas. Je fais un petit live. Je sais pas, on verra. Selon l'humeur. Sur ce, bon appétit et à tout à l'heure.